Tarot Tuesday. Happy Tequila Tuesday. So, this is our Tarot and Tequila live. So I am going to read, I'm going to do a little story time. And also, we're going to talk about spiritual mean girls, okay? So I did a poll and I got some different results, some interesting numbers, like different numbers. And so that inspired me to talk about it here. So that's what we're going to do. But before we get into anything like that, I'm going to clear the energy in the space and I'm going to pour some libations first as well. Just for our ancestors' sake, you know. It is tarot and tequila, right? So we are going to pour some libations for them, okay? If you have a white candle, you know, you want to light for your ancestors, or you have a table for your ancestors, an altar table space for them, you know, you're welcome to light something, pour something for them, okay? I'm going to wait till the chat picks up a little bit. So show some love to the chat, y'all. There's one viewer in here. Show some love. Like this video at least. All right. All right, so I'm just going to wait for a second here. Wait for some action. We need some action. Okay. First of all, let me make sure you guys can hear me. No. Can y'all hear me? All right, so I'm gonna, yeah, okay. Just making sure. Just checking. Just checking. All right, so hold on. I'm not prepared. I'll be saying, oh, I'm going to go live at such and such time. I'll be telling myself this and setting it up for time. And then when it comes to time, I'm never ready. I just finished eating lunch. And then I'm like trying to hurry up and get to you guys. And I'm not on time. Okay, so I will invite some people if you want to come on and join the discussion. I will start allowing people to come on like the last time that we did something kind of similar to this. I allow people to join the live. So I will send you the link for the live so you can join. So that's, you don't have to come on camera if you don't want to. I think there's a way to turn the camera off if you don't want to like come on camera. You don't have to. But if you want to join the conversation, you are more than welcome to join the conversation. Yeah. So just for that, you know, conversation that we're having. So I'm still trying to get everything together. So bear with me, y'all. Should have had on some music for you. Bear with me. Okay. I don't want to add no. I wanted to do something, but I'm not sure if I want to share that yet with y'all because not everybody understands certain practices and things like that. And everybody has their own opinion about like how you should do certain divination systems and oh you got to be initiated and all this shit like that. But yeah, I beg to differ sometimes. I feel like if you got the gifts, you have it, you're called to it, you know. If it's for you, as long as you're respectful, you know what I mean? Some things, you know, may not be meant to override, you know, due to culture and things like that. Okay. All right. I'm gonna turn on some music actually.
Power off. Power on. Bluetooth mode. Device paired.
Okay. Let's hit it. Let's get it. Where is the deck I want to use? Hold on. There is a deck that I would like to use for this. Because I am going to use the Lenormand card that I have on the table right now. But I'm going to also use my Hoodoo Tarot because I love it. My deck, that's my deck right there. All right. Greetings, everybody. Hey, Ro, how are you, sis? Well, that's interesting that you asked that question, Ro, because that kind of goes along with the message a little bit that I wanted to touch on and talk about. As far as authenticity and visibility. So I wanted to share a little story time. I might do the reading first, okay? Hey, sis. Hey, Amina, how are you? I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a reading first. Then I'm gonna get into my story time. We're gonna talk about uh we're gonna talk about mean girls in the spiritual community. And I don't talk about things to expose and to harm people and shit like that. If I talk about certain things, it's to expose the energy and the spirit of the situation, the wounding and the problem with it, not to like tear people down. That's not what I do. It's not my vibe at all. I do believe in healthy criticism or whatever you want to call it, rather than tearing people down. That's, you know what I mean? Some people do know better, and some people just really need to understand, you know, the severity of some of their energies, their actions. So I did do a poll on this, like I said, and you guys all had different, different answers with your experiences of Mean Girls. Me myself as well have witnessed and have experienced Mean Girls in the spiritual community, or like, you know, slightly spiritual workings, you know, but we'll get into that. You're welcome, Ro. Yeah, sis. I'm gonna have to delete this real quick. No, it's all good. Well, yeah. Um uh I'm gonna message you, sis, in a second. Probably doesn't matter, but girl, what you talking about? I ain't got no IG. No, it's okay, sis. I don't got no IG, sis, right? I don't got no IG. I don't use Instagram. Yeah, I don't use Instagram. What you talking about, sis? What you talking about, Willis? No. Um, yeah. Yeah, so that wasn't me, bro. That wasn't me, bro. It's okay. You're good, sis. But yeah, you know. Um, yeah, I don't do Instagram like that because people is crazy, girl. Like social media, no, it's bad enough. Like YouTube is a strange place already. So it's like you kind of have to gatekeep your energy. Like there's certain social media pages I don't even use anymore. They're just there. Yeah. So let's get into it. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and pour some libations. Y'all waited long enough. Had to clear the space, clear the energies. If I share something with you guys, would you be respectful of it? Because I do want to share this with y'all. It is something that I do hold sacred, and for some people, they may not understand it. So I just want to, you know, um, um, okay, let me. I'm all over the place. I'm doing like two things at once. So forgive me. Okay, so let's pour our libation first, and I want to share something with you guys. But y'all, like I said, not everybody resonates with everyone's spiritual workings and things like that. And anything that I do it like in my own unique way. So it may not be the same system the way someone else does it. You know what I mean? So um, if y'all can respect that, I would love to share something with you guys and do our collective reading with the cards and with this other form of divination that I resonate with. Okay. So where all right, so I'm gonna pour a libation for our ancestors, our divine ancestors. If you guys wanna pour one for yours, pour this for all. All right, so this is for the ones who paved the way, the ones who couldn't speak, so that we could speak louder, the ones who couldn't rest, so that we could keep the altars lit. I pour this spirit for you all, for your names, known and unknown, for your voice, for your honor. May this offering reach your hands. May your hands reach back to bless, protect, and walk with us. All right. Come closer, come drink with us. I see you, I feel you, and I serve you. Amen and Ashe. All right. This is known and unknown. Right? I got my margarita. We're gonna sit together. Salute. Okay. All right. Put this over. Put it on top of this. Put it on top of my clock. Last time I was trying to be cute and dropped a whole motherfucking spilled a whole motherfucking drink on my table. Bless my table. Go ahead and like this video, y'all. We greatly appreciate that. Really appreciate the love. All right. I'm gonna sip my tequila. You got your beer, okay? They, whatever they gonna like, whatever you like. All right. All right. For this spirit of tequila, for the fire in my blood, for the truth I'm ready to speak, for the shadows I now face, and for the joy my ancestors that always couldn't taste. Amen. All right, let's sip. Let me sip mine. All right, let's get it. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Okay. Y'all ready? Okay, let me see if y'all can see this a little bit better. Okay. All right, so I seal this with protection. I want respect out of this. So if you don't understand, you don't understand, and it's not going to make sense to you guys. Or maybe you just might be a little curious, like, okay, what's this? What's up? What's up with this? Okay. So I'm going to do a bone reading for you guys. I'm going to do a bone reading for the collective, see what messages want to come out as far as, like, I'm going to just leave it open to spirit, but I am going to focus on any energies around, like, you may be feeling kind of stuck. Maybe you feel like you feel this pressure to have to perform, wear a costume to, like, get in where you fit in. You know what I mean? So we're gonna talk about that, like, the truth of, like, who you are and, like, how to win with that. Even sometimes we feel like you have that pushback. So this kind of goes into what I was saying the story time I wanted to go into, but we'll do that after the live, guys. I'll be all over the place. I am, like, so unstructured sometimes. Okay. So before I do this, divine ancestors, come breathe the four winds and breathe into this flame that me live. Bones of the earth, I call you home. Ancestors of marrow and mystery, speak through me. I honor the ones who divine before me. I offer truth, not trickery, wisdom, not ego. May these bones reveal what is hidden and holy. May justice fall like ash and clarify like rain. Let the spirits that walk with me keep this bag sealed in power. I feed you respect. I will do reverence. Ashe to the bone. Ashe to the truth. Ashe to the gift. All right. Let's divine this baby. For my collective of those who are meant to receive this message around their visibility, their gifts, their talents. Ooh, interesting. All right. Is everything out? Because I felt that tap. I felt that. I felt it. All right. Let's tap in. All right. Some of you guys may not really know what exactly you want. Like, you might not. Okay, so you might have a basic, like, understanding of what you desire, but you may not know exactly, like, the fine details of what you're really asking. So it might seem a little like an aimless goal, an aimless desire. Because I've noticed, like, you have the Wheel of Fortune card face down, and it's in reverse too. So you might feel stuck actually in your material world. Let me move this out the way for a second. Your bones, they all fell in different spaces. So let me find your, like, the bone that signifies you. So the bone that signifies you is way over here. Way over here. Kind of in between the water and air aspect. So I feel like emotionally, maybe even mentally, um, I feel like you're trying to find ground and balance, but we'll get into your energy as far as, like, single-handedly, because your bone, like I said, is way over here. Now, spirit's bone, the gatekeeper bone, is in between the earth and water energy. So there's something that maybe your spiritual team or divine source is wanting you to nurture and wanting you to water. And we'll see what that is because the spirit bone is hovering over a couple of pieces here. So this is a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Um, The 9 of Hearts was also face down. Again, you may not know exactly what you want. All right. The last couple of bone reads that I've did, this evil eye was always face down. Some of you guys do have evil eye on you. There's nothing to worry about. Like, don't get too like, oh, that's evil eye. Yeah, you might have some people around you that may just have some jealousy tendencies, envy, people that may not wish you well, or people that are just kind of haters in nature, maybe not completely personal. But I don't feel like there's anything, because you got the chicken feet right here facing upward. If it was to be flat on its hand where the nails were scratching, I would say like you need to do some spiritual protection for real, for real. But keep up your spiritual hygiene. And I feel like this is to say for spirit. Spirit is saying this as a means to let you know, like, be mindful of the energies that you have around you and the company that you keep. Not everybody has good vibrations and good energy. I feel like this could be kind of minor, something that you can work through. It's not a major energy. You know what I mean? So there might be some energies of projections and jealousy sent your way. But I don't feel like it's heavy energy, like heavy spiritual attacks or nothing like that. So let's see what else. Got a lot of cards. I don't know if y'all can see this. This is crazy right here. I don't know if you can see this. With this feather, the key is stuck right, like the feather went right into the key, and I just moved it. But the key was like right on it. So for some of you, it could be spirit is like giving you hidden messages about an opportunity, or to pay attention to opportunities that do surround you at this time. So yeah, this could be like opportunities when it comes to, because you're in between the air element and fire element. So something with your creativity, something with your voice that spirit's giving you, has been giving you maybe ideas. There's some sort of opportunity or a door that may be opening, and spirit's been giving you this message. Like, it might be in subtle ways. So I'm jumping, skipping around. Let me start from here. Okay, so spirit is protecting your inner child. You see how that baby, some of you guys, this could be things that you're birthing, could be your own child. Um, you have the railroad nail right underneath it. So this is about opening your roads. Spirit is giving you and your divine ancestors and team. You got a lot of good energy in the earth element, in the realm of the material. These might be things that take time to manifest, things that take time to grow. Um, they want you to listen to your intuition. Your divine team and spirit wants you to listen to your intuition. Okay. Listen to your emotions, how you feel, especially if you are a feminine. You got the feminine energy bone right here. You also have the unicorn seashell, as I call it. So like, you have great ideas, or spirit saying like, some of you guys are mystics already. You already have spiritual gifts that you're working. Let's see. You have the love bone too, and the masculine bone over here. So something about love and partnership. Spirit's telling you to pay attention. Pay attention to um the energy that you have around you. For some of you, it's like there could be envy or jealousy in love. However that resonates with you, because I don't know, like, if this is saying specifically, because I feel like it could be a wide range of energies for different people, but it's centered around love. There's envy around love. Because look, you got the love bone right here. You got the feminine energy right here. You got the masculine energy over here. And it's kind of in that fire and earth position. So your desire for love or a relationship that's maybe very passionate, some of you guys might have envy or jealousy around this, or you might feel envy or jealousy towards other people in relationships, and spirit saying to watch out for that. Watch that energy. That's not a good energy to have inside of you. You know what I mean? Like, to walk in envy or jealousy of other people's blessings, or coveting other people's blessings. You got the bell here too. This is Spirit saying to pay attention to things that you feel fired up about, desire, things that you may feel led to take action towards. Um, let me see. I gotta move these cards because they are kind of in the way. So we already kind of knew where they fell. Put them over here real quick. So coming over to the fire energy, right in the middle of like earth and fire, you have this quarter and it's entails. If you're wondering whether you should invest in something financially right now, Spirit saying hold off on it, save your money, don't don't spend. Um, Especially if it's like a big purchase right now, Spirit is saying like no. It might be something that you feel like you really, really want, but right now, for whatever reason, Spirit is saying do not make any big investments yet because that quarter is facing tails. So to me, that's a no. Also with the I Ching coin, it's also facing tails. So this is a no for something, but it could be protection. It's right in between the fire and air energy. Okay. This could be something that you feel led to communicate or speak about. The Spirit saying not right now. Okay. It may be for your own protection. Okay. You also have another protection totem right here. Okay. Going back into the fire element. I should have started off with the middle of the circle. This is the gateway, the Elegua energy, the overall gateway, the portal. It's a lot of energy in this middle section. Got the wishbone right here. Your your ancestors, they say they know what you want. And it's funny because you got the skull head right in the middle of the ring. So they know that you want something, maybe commitment. They know that you want marriage. They know that you want partnership, or they know like they understand your desire for community, maybe even, or to commit to something. Like that's clear, you know. Um, let's see what else. I'm just like over skipping this right here. Like this standing out to me. So you have the honey jar. So certain things I feel like that you're passionate about, these are things that make you feel safe. These are things that make you feel secure. These are things that they just kind of flow. Um your energy is very magnetizing right now. Your energy is very attractive as well, I feel like. And that could cause envy, especially if, let's say, you're an attractive woman and you have like a lot of male attention or masculine attention on you, or you are a man or you are a masculine and you're attracting a lot of energy. Like I do feel like the opportunity for love, passion, or to create something new in your love life is very possible right now. And like I said, watch envy around you or within you. Okay, be very careful of that. In a sense of like you don't want that type of energy inside or around you. Okay. You also have the horseshoe that's like right in the fire energy, a little bit in the earth too. Um, Close also to the gateway to the portal. Your blessings, they're stored, I feel like Spirit, either what you're asking for, these things are already in the works of manifesting. They're already in the spiritual realm, like they already exist, right? So your blessings are not far from you, and your blessings around commitment, if you are asking for spiritual protection, you will be lucky in that. If this has anything to do with visibility and magnetism with the mirror, I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to do a little bit more self work. And because it's kind of in the section of air and water, um, there may be a need for you to like really speak to yourself with love. Maybe literally in the mirror, because the mirror is face down. It's not even facing up. And it's hovering right over the moon stick from Sailor Moon. So you may not even understand where you fit in the world. What is your blessings? What is your gifts? You may not understand this. The moon stick is facing down as well. So you may not even understand your gifts or your blessings or your talents, yet you may feel like, well, what is my purpose? The mirror was also covering this tack, This tack could be like something to watch out for that maybe spirit saying that you're not paying attention to. And it could be something more so about your own energy that you project out, that they're saying to be mindful of your energy. This is like something maybe that keeps you stuck. Maybe something that you feel like is a protection to secure you or to hide or tuck yourself away. The spirit wants you to address and face. Um, what is this? You have another coin here. Let me see. I can't see if it's up or I can't see. I think this was facing number 10. This is an old coin. I don't even know what kind of coin this is. Oh, it's from Brazil. Is this the same coin? Okay. It's tails as well because there's a face on the other side. So this is tails. Again, more nose to something when it comes to money where you feel like money is being denied of you or something, or there might be a block you might be perceiving. Don't necessarily feel like that's the case though. I feel like spirit just wants you to be wise and protect your money. You also have another Sailor Moon energy here too. So you have um the moon pentagram, the compact. So this also represents your spiritual power. It's with flat fire. You may feel powerless sometimes for whatever reason. You might feel kind of restricted in that way for whatever reason. Um I don't know. Some of you guys might feel stuck when it comes to purpose. You may feel like you don't have the resources to get you to where you want to be. And it doesn't have to be like financial resources, could be material, could be connections. Um, because this coin could represent your wealth, your prosperity, and your blessings. Maybe sometimes even tied to like ancestors, especially if you have Asian ancestors, an Asian background. They want you to pay attention and listen to some key things. Like they're giving you the key maybe to open doors or an opportunity. It's something that you're missing. There's something about your fate and your path that they're speaking of. You're meant to be a voice or you're meant to express yourself in a way. This is your spiritual currency as well in the spirit room with your ancestors. They want you to like when certain opportunities that do come, they want you to be discerning of them and don't say yes to every opportunity or don't say no to every opportunity. It's like you have to know how to discern what's being offered to you. Okay. So there could be a delay or a need to wait. You know, there might be more that spirit is saying. If you're not sure of something, wait for that means that there is a need to wait for more clarity, more information. With this coin also facing up, this is the yin aspect of this coin, the feminine energy. So again, your intuition is everything, and this could be a feminine ancestor speaking to you or speaking in regards to this specific area. Okay, there is some unforeseen forces at play. Okay, there might be some spiritual lessons that you're still learning around worth, value, maybe even your money. um but the fact that it's almost close to this key to me feels like, I don't know, money could open a door in some instances, but spirit saying like be mindful of the investments that you make. One of your ancestors wants you to feel like they want you to see yourself, like commit to yourself first before you commit to anything or anyone outside of you. Or if you're already in a commitment, make more of a deeper commitment to you. Don't lose yourself. It might feel like there's something that um you're like moving out of touch with within yourself that they want to call you back towards, if that makes sense. Okay. You may not always feel like you are a leader, you know. So with this crystal star, this pentagram, this represents like a magical item of Sailor Moon. Okay. She uses it to even transform herself into Sailor Moon, you know. Um, this is used like to transform and to heal, to awaken. You have that ability, but for some reason you don't feel like you do. It's almost like you don't see it. You feel kind of weakened at times, like, or you just go through life and you feel like in some kind of way like your humanness that you go through at times, you it causes you not to always see your worth or your power. Okay. All right. See what else. What else we got her? What bone is this over here? You have the family bone, which is kind of in between the fire and air energy. So there might be important communications or conversations that need to be had with a family member or family members. Um, see, going back to the chicken foot, like I said, the fact that it's facing up means you have the upper hand in matters of maybe like your spiritual protection. You have spiritual power in your hands, spiritual protection in your hands. Your divine spiritual team, they are lifting you up, they're shielding you. Okay. This could also be a message for you to claim your authority. Okay. Claim your work, your spiritual altar, do your protection work. Could also be like a helping hand from an ancestor or spiritual elder. Okay. And it could be in the form of communication or some sort of action. Okay. If somebody tries to play you or try to take from you something that's destined or owned for you, that's something to pay attention to. Maybe family members are protecting you. Let's see what's over here. Let's move some of this. We got a lot to uncover. So your health centered around like your emotional wellness, your health, yeah, in the matters of the heart, your emotions, like tend to your emotional wellness. Okay. Pay attention to how you feel. Don't ignore yourself. Don't try to stuff your emotions down. Pay attention to what you feel. Okay. Honor it. Okay. You got the dice. The dice is facing in the 5. So there could be something that you feel guided to take a risk on that could shift things, or you feel like it could shift things. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I feel this is up for your interpretation, your intuition. Okay. And Money Trees by Kendrick Lamar is playing. So I don't know if that means anything, but that just came on. So um this could be chances of risk or you gambling with fate in a sense. Okay. This could also have an element of unpredictability. You might feel like what something that you're guided to do feels a little bit risky. Okay. Emotionally, you have the sun bone. So this has something to do with self. This has something to do with your identity, how you see yourself. Okay. Whether you take the risk or you don't, it's centered or connected to your truth or how you see yourself, how you show up. And it does have something to do with money because you got the money bone right here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. So the number that it's landed on is significant. So number 5. Okay. And once again, this is the bone that represents you. So the bone that represents you is like right in the middle of water and air energy. So um, the way that you speak about yourself nowadays is very important. Be mindful of how you speak, how you talk about yourself. Have the lucky rabbit's foot. So this is luck, charm, favor of your spiritual team, a blessing, maybe some sort of swift movement. Could also represent fertility or creativity. Um, Maybe in the realm of spirituality, because water and air, for me, I feel like that represents like our spirituality, maybe even our faith or our connection to spirit. Um, this bone right here also represents some sort of unpredictability as well, or unforeseen forces connected to your emotional realm in the realm of communication. So that could be heartfelt conversations, could be um, emotional responses to things. And then you have the Dragon Ball right here, also landing in the realm of water, in air, almost in air energy. Okay. So this also can speak about your spiritual work, your spiritual journey, your spiritual gifts. Um, you sticking and thugging it out, not giving up on yourself. Okay. So this can also speak about your spiritual resilience. It's the three-pointed Dragon Ball star. So three could represent something significant to collaboration, community, and maybe even like creativity in the realm of your spirituality, or how you use your spirituality. Did I miss anything? Luck is actually on your side rather than not. Um, might just require a little bit more of self-reflecting, because that is the key, the doorway, the pathway. The mirror fell in the portal, the gateway, and the gatekeeper, the Elegua center point right here. And because this mirror is face down, I'm going to turn it up. Is like your spiritual reflection, you going within. Okay, you have a lot of shells right in the like energy of water and earth. So again, this could represent like your emotions, this could represent spiritual messages, your intuition, you listening, your connection to maybe feminine energy, feminine cycles, maybe even water spirits as well. And they're speaking of something with the inner child, the feminine energy, um, even spirit. The spirit bone kind of landed in this section. So there's something to pay attention to when it comes to the realm of emotion and your material worlds, your growth, how you nurture things. And then this railroad definitely could represent your roads opening and them giving you the key, the information, the guidance that you need to do that. So that you know like what your path is, what direction to take, or trust the unfoldment of your path, and understand and know that your wishes will be fulfilled, because both of these cards fell flat on their faces. The Wheel of Fortune was even in reverse. Okay. All right. So yeah, that was y'all bone reading. Y'all want to see what the cards say now? Let's see what the cards. I don't know. Let me know how y'all like that. I mean, some people lost engagement. I know it's a new thing that, well, at least new to y'all. It's not new to me, but I'm sharing it with you guys. um. So Ashe, we close this energy out. Thank you to my ancestors for that information, that guidance for the collective. Alrighty. I'm gonna get into the reading for the collective, and we're just gonna tap into um authenticity. I don't know, maybe should I get into the story time and why I feel like this is so significant, or not? I don't know. All right, so based off, I just want to kind of touch bases with that bone read and kind of get more clarity around it. Anything else maybe that wants to come through? Ace of Cups, which is the Ace of Baskets. The Big Queen. You're welcome, sis. The Big Queen, the Empress card, the Six of Swords, Six of Knives energy, and the Ten of Knives, which is the Ten of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Big House, which is the Tower. Okay. Yeah. So some of you, like whatever came out in that reading, might have needed to shake up something for you to kind of help you move forward. Move past like something that has already been outdated. You have a big mama energy. Like I said, I kept picking up an energy, a feminine energy in your bone read. This feminine energy could be like the head honcho of your bloodline, or maybe a grandmother figure that you were already close to, or a mother figure, maybe an auntie, someone that was a big maternal figure in your life. Um, her energy comes through. She's speaking very loudly and clearly to your capability. She wants you to be open to receive. It's like it's time to move in a new direction. It's time for you to be okay with what has ended, what has left, or what is leaving. Uncling your hands, because they can foresee, and maybe you can foresee, there's some sort of foundation. They may be telling you to get out of some sort of I don't know. Some of you guys, it's like a living situation. It could be like separating yourself from certain people that you clicked up with, people that are part of your inner circle, community, some sort of space where people gather. It could be a job, because they see that something's about to fall apart. Okay. um you might see it like in one way. You're seeing like, oh, there's not much going on, like, some of you guys, this is like certain friendships or connections or commitments, maybe you already know, but their time has passed. It's time to let those commitments go. And you might on the surface look at it like there's nothing going on right now, but in the spirit realm, your ancestors can see the shit's about to hit the fan for real, and they want you to get out. This kind of looks like that chicken foot to me a little bit, and how it's saying it's not wise to like kind of only look at things from like this small picture. You're not seeing everything. The spirit realm or your divine team, they could see the bigger picture, and shit is about to hit the fan. I don't know what that is. And then you look at this 10 of Knives. This is somebody leaving a house, or it looks like a big church or something. And it's almost like they didn't let this person out without a bang. And I feel like you fear the repercussions of leaving something behind, something that's already outdated. Could be a relationship, it could be friendships, it could be community spaces, it could be a job, something that you already, it's not, this isn't anything that I'm telling you to do. I feel like this is something that you would already sense or know, or have an inkling of, or you feel like you keep getting warnings or something, or heads up for whatever reason, like you're not trusting yourself. You're not fully trusting yourself. But they're saying like we're protecting you. We're protecting you big time. Like we don't play about you. This big mama energy, she does not play about you. No matter what your culture, your race is, wherever your big mamas are, she does not play about you. Look, she got her little bone, girl. Yes, sis, she got her table with her trinkets, her crystals, her bones, her smoke, her fire, her candles, her deity, or whomever that is that she's working with. Could be Ilegwa, could be Ishu, or your Lokis. Shout out to my baby. That's one of my animals' names, Loki. Um, your gatekeeper in your culture. All right, let's clarify this with the Lenormand Santo Morte. Let's see. Thank you, ancestors, for your wisdom, your guidance for this collective. And then we'll pull the initial read. I just want to uncover, just kind of clarify that whole thing. So yeah, this is an ending of something, a burden. Okay. Some of you guys may feel like you're leaving behind a belief system or faith or something like that. You have the Four of Clubs. The Four of Clubs could be significant if you're into carnomancy. I think the Four of Clubs represents community as well. I'm not 100% on that. Four of Clubs can also be equivalent to the Four of Wands energy. Okay. You're leaving some things behind. You might find that some of your family members are leaving religion or something. Maybe Christianity for some of you. The La Casa, the home card, the house with the King of Hearts. Home is where the heart is, right? So again, going back to what was the home? The home or the family bone fell in between, I think it was air and fire. So again, there might be important conversations around family, home. Some of you guys might return back to your hometown, check in on some family members, or some family members, coming to check in on you. So this could be travel. Okay, some of you guys might travel to visit family or family member coming towards you. Okay, and this is the 4, 8, 9, 10. So the 10 of spades, 10 of swords energy again. There's something ending, like a part of the journey, a part of your journey is ending for the better. You have the bear. This is mama bear, big mama. This is protection. I don't play about my babies. Okay, you are divinely protected. Like, I would be scared of this motherfucker. Like, if I seen her ass coming or his ass, I know, like, for sure I'm in trouble. So your ancestors don't play about you. This how they get down. Okay, I'm gonna put the fear of God in your ass. Look, dun dun dun. This is like Cujo. This is, I don't know what this is mixed with. It's like a hybrid. This is like Godzilla mixed with grizzly bears and lion, tigers, and bears in one. Looking at, like, she don't look. She almost look like a monkey too. Like, this is some scary shit. Like, yeah, I'd be scared. I'd be scared of this heifer. Okay, the fear of God in your ass looking at that. Okay, so let's do the actual initial spread. I'm gonna put the fear of God in your ass. Okay, that's what she's saying. Your ancestors ain't playing with nobody over you. Okay, especially this big mama. She ain't playing. Look, she putting that work. What you doing? What you doing, my big mama? What you doing? What you doing over there? There's a spread in this deck, the hoodoo tarot, that's called "Don't Put That Thing on Me." She be putting that thing on people, like, not like in a sexual way, but like spiritually. Like, I'm about to fuck you up. Okay, all right. Whoever big mama that is, thank you, sis. Yes, thank you, mama. Thank you. We appreciate you. You are appreciated. Okay, that's Tupac would say. You are appreciated. Greetings. All right, let's get into the collective spread. And we'll get into story time. We're going to get into the gist of it all. But I know how some of y'all are. Y'all want the cards. Like, bitch, fuck what you talk. I want to see them cards. I want you to read. Shut the fuck up and read, bitch. Like, I'm going to slow walk y'all asses. Y'all try to rush me, I'm going to slow walk you. Like, nope. Journey with me through this garden. It cannot be rushed, okay? Let's hike this mountain. It's going to take a while, okay? Teach your ass some patience, sis, okay? Anyway, what part of you may still be fearing being seen, okay? For those of you that know that you're called to be visible, you know what? I gotta shout out some people. I always like to, like, any references or any help or any something, I want to share it. So my good sis, she was sharing like a message around, like, you are your brand. When she was saying that, like, we had this discussion, like, you are your brand. It's not about trying to find something outside of you. I'm paraphrasing in a sense, but like, it's not about trying to find something outside of you or trying to do it how someone else does it or walk your path or your creativity. in a way that like you're trying to sell something, you know? So it's more so about you like showing up as a brand, like who are you? Who are like what's your story? You know? What gives you passion? What like share that. And I started having these visions of like um I had did a coaching session maybe like a year or two ago for someone, and she's an artist, and she was talking about how it's hard for her to kind of get her art out there and get like visibility. And you know, with social media, it's like it's a whole formula with like it's really like rolling the dice with social media. But I also feel like it's a vibrational thing as well. Sometimes like if you're shy or you're scared to be seen or visible because of you know criticism, which comes with the territory, you're going to attract good feedback and bad feedback. It might be things that are outside of like your control, like there's nothing that you did wrong, like you know even celebrities attract negative and unwanted attention, but that comes with it whenever you put yourself out there. Is there a way to protect your energy and keep some of that sacred? Yes, but you can push your blessings back if you know, or you try to keep it too safe, or you try to try to follow a formula that everybody else is doing because you have your own energy signature. So I was thinking about her when my sis was telling me, I was like, why not take your art, take your art and like maybe do a voice over of you like telling a story about yourself or what drove you to create this piece that you created with your voice over it, or you even painting a picture of yourself in a form of like your favorite character or a goddess or something, or something something artistic, like drawing you as like I don't know, some sort of element. I don't know, like a fire being or a water being or you know what I mean, something with your energy in it, with you speaking about you. Who are you? An introduction into who you are. If it's a book that you're writing, who are you? What's your story? It could even be like you create a fictional story or like a sci-fi story with you in mind. You know, I have a character that I created. Her name is Indigo, and it's like a galactic being version of me. I stopped writing. I stopped doing that a long time ago. I need to get back to it. But I used to write like little short stories about her and her ventures and like yeah. um it could be anything. Like who are you? Like what? Cause this is I'm gonna be so real and transparent. If y'all haven't noticed, like y'all might see me be more into my root work and my magic and things like that, and you think that it's new, but it's just me being more comfortable with sharing it. This isn't an overnight thing for me. This is things I've done behind the scenes and kind of shied away from it because I felt like I wasn't as what's the right way to say this? Almost like I felt like I was like a baby in comparison to like the big mamas and the big papas in this. Um or I felt like, oh, because I'm not initiated into things, like I can't share this, or how is my audience gonna take it? All they, you know, they know me for really is love reading. So like for me to like share certain parts of myself, but this is like where my passion lies. This is where I feel me. This is me doing me, and I feel most creative. I feel most connected to spirit. I feel um these are sacred things to me. So me sharing that bone reading with y'all and like doing that for y'all, I almost didn't want to do it. I almost didn't want to share it. Hey Tawanda, how are you, sis? Because I just feel like certain things, like we can cap ourselves if we're not fully being our authentic selves. And if we're worried about who claps for us, you block yourself. And there was another, I seen this video earlier, um, where this guy was, um, I'm good. How are you, sis? This guy was talking about visibility. Like you can block yourself sometimes from. He was talking about being famous, and ain't nobody trying to be famous. At least I don't want to be motherfucking famous. Like not at all. But like you can block yourself from receiving blessings or your visibility because of the fear of being seen or being judged. You know, and that's human. Like um, you know, not all attention is good attention, right? So sometimes it's a scary thing to put yourself out there in the world because it does attract unwanted attention at times. It does attract trolls. It does attract haters. It does attract negative comments and things like that. And that comes with the territory. Anytime, and it's 3:33 on the clock here. It's 3:33 p.m. here. Anytime you do something that like requires you to put yourself out there as a light, you are going to be attacked. That's one thing that all spiritualists can agree with. Anyone that's walking a spiritual path or has something that they're doing, helping or being in service, anytime, or you're a mouthpiece for God, whether you're a singer, whether you are a writer, whether you are a teacher of some sort, and you're doing it for the collective, and you're doing it as a walk with God, your divine sources, your power, you're walking in that, you are going to be spiritually attacked. That's a given, because there's demonic service, servants on this planet as well, in this realm, and attacked in other spaces and realms. Like, if you believe in angels and you believe in spirit guides, best believe that there's a opposite of that on as well, another side to that. Just as there is quote unquote light workers, the people that work with for the light, that also knows how to walk with the shadow and work through the darkness. Best believe there's also shadow workers. Shadow workers, not in a sense of like people that work with deep dark things and like as a means, like, because to be a light worker, you got to walk through the shadows, you got to deal with darkness. That's a given, that's a part of your journey. Like, to say, because too many people have been spoon fed this sprinkle fairy dust, and I don't even want to even disrespect the fairies like that, because they don't play no games either, but like, this whole sparkle of glimmer and shine, and that's bullshit, and that is a colonized way to wash out the truth of spirituality, and keep you oblivious and keep you ignorant to what's really up and what's really going on. I've been doing this long enough to understand and even look back at different parts of my life, even before I got into this, that when you are walking with God, or you seek to walk with God, or you have a calling on your life, you will go through spiritual attacks to stop you. You'll have certain and specific type of demons or people or assignments assigned to you specifically to stop you, to attack you. Mine was my voice. Mine was my visibility, hiding. Yeah, there is times where I don't feel led to share or feel led to come on camera, because spirit might be protecting me in a way. But to a point to coward you out, to make you run scared, to stop doing what you're doing. In other words, like with the spiritual attack that people would always use on me when they would try to like get me to coward or to stop speaking, was tell me to shut up, right? That is what they want you to do. It's a spell of shut the fuck up, stop speaking. Because what's happening is that whenever you're walking in your light, you don't even got to say a word. It's just who you are. You are going to trigger people. That's just what it is. And trigger people in a sense of like, you're meant to activate certain things. And if people's demons are heavy, like heavy of a stronghold on them, it will cause irritation in that person's spirit. You will irritate people's spirit, literally. Number one thing that demonic spirits do is they condemn you, and they project. So like, for instance, if you say something like, because this is the thing that I noticed too, like with people will tell on themselves without you having to do it. This is how you know you trigger people, when, especially in readings. Hey sis, especially in readings, what I've noticed, like with readers, when they are doing the reading, and they're doing it for the collective. It's not any specific people, obviously, right? Like, it's different if like I say, hey Carol, let's do a reading for you, or you pay for a reading on the live and I'm reading your situation. It's your situation, right? But if I'm coming on as a collective read, this is what's in the collective pool of energy. And I'm not speaking about any of people in like personally, or readers reading for their collective, and they're not talking about one specific person, and you got somebody in the comment section going, I'm not thinking about him, fuck him. You just told on yourself. Yes, you are. Because nobody was talking to you personally, so it must have hit on something, right? Or it's this projection of, because that is a projection. oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm happy. I'm joyful. I'm this, I'm that. And it's like, why do you have to tell us that if that was really true? That's projection. And that's also to like kind of attack you and make you go, oh, well, maybe I'm wrong. No. That's projection. And that's how you know that you have triggered something. But the thing about what triggers do, they just highlight shit. And if you can't take that, because if you have a heavy stronghold on you so bad that you can't see your own fault, that you don't want to work through it, like that's how you know you got something like on you, like crippling you. So that happens a lot. Like that's a big thing, like projection, to get you to question your whole shebang. Yeah, ain't nobody asked them nothing. Exactly. Ain't nobody said nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like that comes with the territory. Like it just does. At this point, like, you know, like for real, it's just like you can't even like. It's like okay, like you gotta let people have. You gotta let people live how. Let people feel how they feel and think what they think. You have no control over that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you're worried about being visible or people not liking you, honey, that come with the territory. They're not going to like you. That's their own personal reasons. That has nothing to do with you. Especially if you're minding your business. There's people that don't like me that don't even fucking know me. I don't even know these people exist. Like, it's sad. Like, it's really sad. Nobody coming to see you, oh, this for real. Like, anybody coming to see you, oh, this. Like, that's the narcissism too. Like, in some people, like that narcissistic spirit in people that think everything's about them and everything revolves around them. Like, that's why I say, like, just because people get tarot readings or watch tarot and shit like that does not make them spiritual. Some of these people is like heavily just, I don't even know what to call it. So that's not enough to hide your gifts. And you're going to, like I said, you're going to be attacked because it's going to be something that wants to make you stop, to push yourself back, or to get you to question yourself. And another thing too, like, you'll have people that are attracted to your light that want to be able to dictate what you do with it in a way. You can only speak in a way that makes me feel comfortable. Anytime you do that, let me tell you about how you do. Like, the motherfuckers that be coming up in people's comment sections talking about that's not how you shuffle a deck, or that's not what the Page of Swords means. That's not what the Empress means, and you're shuffling wrong. And like, bitch, you go do it. And that's another thing about people too. People that ain't doing shit, that ain't trying to do shit. You hear me? People that ain't doing shit, they always gotta have somebody else's name in their motherfucking mouth. Or they always gotta tell somebody how they need to do something. And they ain't doing shit. Ain't that some crazy, like, what? Huh? Like, what is you talking about? Like, why are you here? Like, they don't even go to this school for. That's what it's given. Like, she doesn't even go here. They ain't done not a damn. But always got some motherfucking name in their mouth trying to ride somebody else's wave. Trying to latch their energy onto yours. Like, nah. Nope. What did Dre say, bitch? You wasn't in the gym. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Y'all just seeing part of the journey. Like, nobody should be able to tell you nothing about you and your relationship, your walk, your spiritual faith, or whatever your gifts or whatever you're called to do or share. Because the journey does not belong to them. Your journey doesn't even belong to your own mama, your own daddy. Yes, they brought you here. Your journey is your own, just as their journey is their own. So that's not enough to keep you covered, to keep you hidden, hiding. My favorite scripture, or one of my favorite scriptures, and this is like this is one that is like a reminder for me. When you get in that place of questioning and doubting yourself, or where you feel tempted to hide yourself, if you ever do, Luke 8:16, the biblical scripture. That scripture, everything you need, like right there, real quick, real fast. about your light, your visibility, right there. Whatever version, the new version, the Old Testament version, you know, that parable, what that lamp represents, that light, that jar, whatever. You don't hide it. You don't hide your light. What good is that to hide it? God didn't call you to hide your light. What good is it to take a lamp, as it said, and try to contain it or hide it underneath something so that light can't be seen? That's crazy. Every time I get attacked, like now, I know, I know I'm on something. I know I'm on to some big shit. I know it. That's how you gotta be. Like whenever you get spiritually attacked, it's like you big meech in the spirit realm or something. Okay, not literally big meech, but you know what I'm saying. Like if you weren't that, if you weren't, you wouldn't be getting spiritually attacked, trying to like keep you from walking in your light. The reason why everybody gets to move, like, or certain people get to move in this world in a way of, um, people get to move in this world and just be on fuck shit and get ahead of life by being inauthentic, is because like the enemy, the dark kingdom ain't worried about motherfuckers like that because they're just walking robots. They're not a threat to the system. They're a part of the system. They're not a threat to anything. They're not dismantling anything. They're not awakening people. They're not bringing love in this planet. Only those who have demonic agendas, they either are one or two things. They're either the servants that carry out the evil deeds, or they're those just sleepwalking in this motherfucker. They ain't doing a damn. They're not worried about them. You know, every time you do something right or you do something to help other people, you try to help yourself, you try to pull yourself up, you try to pull others up, and you get attacked, you're doing something right. It's up to you to have a stronger spiritual muscle to pull yourself up each time. Because you got to know this. Yeah, the weapons are always going to be formed. That's a given. That's another thing, too, that I've learned during like this whole shebang, child, is that does not mean that they will not be formed, but they will not have an effect on you. Sometimes the weapons that are formed against you, they turn out for your greater good. Like, oh, you trying to like stop shit, but you just turn some people on to me, you know, for people to fuck with me in a good way. Or like trying to silence somebody, but somebody's voice got louder, more clear, more powerful. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Like you have to look at spiritual warfare as it's strengthening your muscles, your spiritual muscles. It like making you have like big ass guns. I'm talking like big ass Jason Momoa guns, okay, or bigger. Okay. And I'm not talking about like weapons. I'm talking about arms. Okay. I'm talking about muscles. Okay, YouTube, I'm talking about muscles. It's supposed to make you stronger. You cannot let that shit bother you. You gotta let that shit roll off your back for real. And as a human, yeah, you're gonna feel it. Like I said, the weapon's gonna be formed. And just like if anybody was to like uh present you with a weapon in front of you, you're gonna have a little reaction. That's a human reaction. But they will not prosper. No matter if they point that arrow, whatever, towards you, it will be aimless. Miss, ooh, eh, you know. And I shared this in like the last, I think it was like the Capricorn full moon. I came across, her name used to be Aphrodite Stone, I believe. She has a different name now. And I stopped off at one of like at the right moment on one of her lives, that night before I went live. Like right before I went live, like she popped up and I clicked on her live and she was like speaking on something right at that moment where she said, basically like dark energies, dark entities. They don't seek to destroy you per se, but they seek to latch on to you, stay connected to you, feed off of you, in other words, control you, because it keeps them going, it keeps them living. They have to feed off of you. If they were to destroy you, they wouldn't have an energy feed anymore. So what do? You don't give that entity any power by not giving it any attention, not giving it any power. You have power when you're able to name the enemy, when you're able to aim, you're able to see the warfare. You already have power because you already see how the enemy's coming at you. If you could name the demon, oh, that's a spirit of envy. Oh, that's a spirit of narcissism. Oh, that's a spirit of manipulation. Oh, that's a spirit of projection. You can name those things. Oh, that's a person that's wounded. That's a person that has issues with whatever they have issues with. Um, they don't like people that are kind or nice because it triggers something in them that doesn't believe that people can be kind or be nice. Have you ever noticed, like, the more nice you are to people or kind to people, the more nasty they are towards you? And that's because that energy inside of them, there's a woundedness there that does not know unconditional love, does not know kindness, resents it. So therefore, you trigger that inside of them. Doesn't make sense, but I mean, like, that's how shit is. That's how shit roll sometimes. Um, every time if you have a thought, this is how you know that spiritual attacks could be happening, or someone might be doing spiritual attacks or works against you. Anytime you try to initiate something new, or you try to put your mind towards something, or you get excited and you start creating it, all of a sudden either you get sick, or you're tired all the time, you don't want to do it, or you've lost interest, or your brain is scattered, you're focused on too many different things, and you can't focus anymore. That is how you know. If you're someone that maybe has like a, let's say, ADHD or something, like a just like a um I hate calling them disorders, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if you have certain things that take your attention, a certain, like, you get overly stimulated sometimes maybe, or you can't focus, like, it's not always a sign of an attack. Sometimes it's like the wiring of your, the wiring of your mind sometimes, right? Something within your makeup or something like that. It's not always spiritual attacks, but if, like, you notice like that's not you, or you're always like motivated, or you stay on top of things, and all of a sudden, like with this one thing, and especially if you've shared it with people and all of a sudden you just don't have the interest for it, um that is how you know. You know, that is how you know. But like if you can take any type of like example from this, like, watch celebrities and like the things that they go through. You know, not all celebrities are good, but let's just take like human level reactions to things. So like a celebrity has, they're known to have a lot of money and a lot of access to things. They can travel whenever they want. They can, live in nice places and things like that, or they seem to have it all. They seem to be loved by millions. So if there's a person out there that's jealous of them, they're going to create rumors about them. They're going to say negative things about them in the comments. Oh, you're ugly. Oh, you look fat in that. Or, oh, you're so lame. Oh, that song is whack. Oh, you can't really dribble a ball like that, or whatever. Your movie sucked ass. Or they'll create like stories about you, or things like that. Take it from that perspective. No, you may not be celebrity level. It could just be people in your inner circle. Anytime you're doing something, or you carry an energy of confidence, or you seem to like know yourself, you love yourself. The person that does not, guaranteed, if they can't contain that, or they can't go within themselves to say, why the fuck am I jealous of this person, or why do they like trigger me, why am I angry when they come around? Because most humans don't go to that. The first thing that most humans go to is projection, and it's somebody else's fucking fault. Oh, you made me feel like that, or oh, it's because of you, I can't. Instead of going, okay, let me check myself. Because I don't know about you, but envy is an ugly feeling. Being like jealous of something or coveting something does not feel good. I don't like the feeling of that. So like immediately, because genuinely, like especially when it comes to like other women, like not on no lesbo ish, but I love looking at women. Like I like if you come across pretty women, like it's pleasing. Like I don't know, like aesthetically pleasing to see beautiful women in like different forms and like the way that they dress, how they do their hair, how they do their makeup, how they talk, um their different talents. But sometimes like when you see something in another person that you haven't fully embraced within yourself, it could trigger inadequacy. And that's what I learned. Like, nah, like no, sis is cool, sis is dope, she's pretty. There's no need to be upset or jealous. Like there's something inside of you maybe that is admiring something that you haven't yet embraced. But instead of most people like resulting in going within themselves, they like to this bitch. They think they all that, and like that's ugly. That's an ugly energy to have. That's disgusting. It's gross. It's jealousy. A lot of times it's jealousy because people want what other people have. People want, oh, if I could only. But the key to that is everybody has something. You have your own energy signature. If you can't ride a wave off of your own energy, then there's something wrong. There's something wrong with your energy that you need to check. And I'm not talking about people that are genuine in this and may still feel like they have to work for it, because we all go through seasons. Not everybody, it's not always meant for people to be famous. Like I don't understand the hype around that at all. I don't get that. But like naturally, in comparison to maybe like you're one of my people's, like another friend of mine that's an artist, she was like showing me some art that like gets all these views and all these likes and like being galleries and shit. And she was like, my shit is way better than that, in my opinion. Why isn't my art doing as well? And you can kind of go there. And I could say the same thing. Like, I know I could tell there's certain people that aren't on here doing it for real. They're not about that, but they get the most praise. And it makes you go like, well, okay, what the fuck? But again, your energy cannot be duplicated, and everybody has their time. But as long as you're trying to take away from somebody else's shine to put shine on yourself, you're not going to win. Or anytime you try to dim somebody else's light to make you feel good with you being in your darkness, like that, you know what I mean? Like that's lame. That's fucking whack. And yes, like Carol said, men who are jealous are the worst. Girl, like I was just about to say that, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to go there. But like women really don't know, like, so-called straight men, I guess you could say, because I question some of these men. Like, if you want a man, just say that. Like, live in your truth. It's okay. Like, but sometimes it's not even that they don't, like they could still engage with women on a sexual manner, maybe still even be attracted to the woman, but to actually be able to spiritually and emotionally connect with them is not there, because there's a wound there. And a lot of men, I notice, like there's a wound of distrust of women because it stems from their own relationships with their mother or women in their family. There's one or two ways usually how this happens. Like if they dealt with like a narcissistic mother that they resented, they had a overly smothering mother that coddled them, babied them, sheltered them too much. They could resent that, or they could resent the mother that was very critical, very harsh, or just wasn't there emotionally for them, or a woman that has done something to them physically, maybe abused them in some kind of way. Like, I think of R. Kelly with this, because his is like that extreme level of like, it comes out in the perversion of sexual perversion, but it's also perversion in a sense of abuse too. And that it can come off like, that's why I say this, and I really wholeheartedly believe this. This is just my take on this. Men that are hyperly sexual and always like having sex with multiple women, they are the most predatory, and I feel like that's a spirit of perversion. That's not normal. um Reason being is it feels very misogynistic. It feels very like it's energy vampire vibes. That's what it gives me. Like, you're doing this, it's like it's an extremity. of something. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make you the man. To me, it's like a person that's actually mad in the mind and the brain, like something's not right there. You know what I mean? That's not normal. um if you look at sex from a spiritual way, because yes, there was like spiritual sex workers back in the day that would have ceremonies and stuff like that and get it in, and I think that's what some of these celebrity parties, they be trying to duplicate that ancient shit, but it's like it's coming from a place of perversion. Like, I do believe that sexual energy exchange can happen in a healthy and healing way where it's not all about sexual energy and a sense of perversion and getting off and busting nut and rolling over. Like, it's because you can have sexual sensations without touching people if you're using it from a spiritual level. Um, Yes, sex ritual. If you're doing it from a place of sacredness, if everybody's whole within themselves, they're healed, they're doing it with a divine purpose or whatever, or it's like a spiritual ritual in a healthy way, but not perversion. Like how Hollywood, like from stories allegedly, stories that I've heard and that we probably all heard, like these things that they do, they, walk around and they, bumping and grinding with this one and that one, and they doing all kind of weird shit. It's usually like summoning demons, probably like trying to, uh, blackmail somebody into something, or this is how you get in the door. You gotta suck this one off. You gotta sleep. You gotta bend over. You gotta, let me film you. Let me tape you. It's blackmail. Like, that's demonic energy to me. And in the like regular world of dating, a man that sleeps with different women every day or every night or throughout the week or in a course of a span of time, like if you're sleeping with more than 3 women in rotation, I bet you it's a cesspool of demons, like between that man and those women, and they don't even have to know each other. The women don't even have to know the other one exists to be a part of that cesspool and carry that spirit. That's why I'm just like, y'all have fun with this. Oh, this is my man. Next week you got another nigga. Like, excuse my language, but you got another. You know what I'm saying? Like, did your cooch get a chance to extract itself of the last ninja's energy? Did it even get a chance to breathe? You know, like, and we all been there. Like, when I think back on it, like, why my energy was so chaotic was because, like, when you follow like certain casualties, quote unquote casualties of dating, you like a guy, you like a girl, y'all vibing, y'all connect, and like y'all in the bed. Next thing, you're intertwined with this person. Like, there's no sacred building of a bond for real. It's just really trauma bonding. And then when that relationship falls off, then you can't contain yourself or sit with yourself. Here's the next one coming in, and then y'all fucking, and then whatever they got going on and you got going, y'all just swapping the shit. Sometimes this person is sleeping with somebody else. You probably sleeping with somebody else, and y'all sleep like, it's a fucking mess. That's why people are so like, they in these toxic relationships. You know, they can withstand these dirty energies with each other because they are in themselves in filth within themselves or in brokenness within themselves. You know, I'm not surprised that a lot of women are not having sex anymore right now, choosing not to. Why would you? The more you love yourself, the more you start to see like some people just ain't even worth the time. And therefore, like, the more spiritual you are, the more sex becomes sacred to you. A person, you can see a fine dude or beautiful woman and be like, I can see that they're attractive, but I'm not really drawn to have sex with them, no matter how attractive they are. You can seduce me, you can take your shirt off in front of me, you can be sweating and glistening. But if there's no spiritual connection, there's no depth to this, like, I don't see the point of opening my legs up to you. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing there. And that's you taking your power back. You don't just let anybody into your energy space anymore. Like, you cut that shit out. And like the wrong type of men, they're not gonna like that. They're gonna hate that because, again, like, men really do try to possess and own women. They blame you and say, "Oh, well, you opened up your legs. That's why you got what you got, or that's why you're pregnant, or, I didn't use you. I didn't play you. You let me sleep with you. You know what you was doing, right?" And yes, to a degree, yes. it's a consensual thing on both sides. But a lot of times, like, men do use sex to manipulate women emotionally. I guess there was like some video going around about men saying like sex is best when the woman's in love with you and you don't have to be in love with her. So like they manipulate the woman into falling in love with them because the sex is like better and like the woman is more attached. Because naturally, when women experience that level of intimacy, oftentimes, like if they open themselves up enough, they will kind of get attached to a man, even if it's the wrong man. So like that's why I encourage women, no matter what age you are, to not take sex so frivolously. Your power is in your legs, yes, but it's also like the power of your gatekeeping of your legs, your yoni, your whatever you want to call it. Not everybody deserves that. You know what I mean? There's too many people walking around here that don't even love themselves, and those are the main people that you shouldn't be sleeping with. You know, I just learned maybe a couple years ago, like out of men's mouths saying like they don't even have to like a woman. They don't have to like her at all to sleep with her. The more they can't stand her, the better, because it's like they're exercising some sort of authority or some sort of like power over that woman by sleeping with her, by so-called dominating her. So you gotta be careful out here. Every man that pursues you does not necessarily mean that they like you. Right. Exactly. Hey Kay. Exactly. Tawanda said, which only proves how trifling they are. They're not even confident enough to be honest because they know ain't nobody gonna go for that. Exactly. They're not. Even the ones that be like no good can like tell a woman, because I feel like even if they were to be honest with certain women, they can tell a woman like, hey, I got other hoes. You're not the only one. And if she's desperate enough for him, she'll put up with it. She'll be like, okay, I understand, or bait her into some quote unquote polygamous relationship or whatever they like. They know when to exploit you. That's why you have to love yourself a little bit more. And we've all been gamed. Who hasn't? I know I have. Like, who hasn't? Even in the best of us sometimes. Like, but I'm learning too, like the red flags are always there. The more you stop denying that and ignoring that, the better off you are. But we're in this era where like divine feminine energy is not only rising, I feel like it's been rising for quite some time, but like actually walking in that divinity. And so it is going to trigger a collective of men, not all, the ones that aren't, the ones that ain't on the rights, ain't in that right space. It's going to trigger them in a way of losing control, and that is, again, you see all those again, like what I said, projection. People will project and say, oh well, you're just going to be a cat lover forever, you're just going to be by yourself. Oh, nobody wants you. No, you're going to be by yourself. Nobody wants you. You can't hate the player. You gotta hate the game. You can't hate the player. If a woman says, I refuse to just sleep with a man just because, or I refuse to play pick me to a man that's not going to really choose me or pick me, or I got to force them to choose me or pick me, or I'm just opening my legs just because, or oh, because I like the dude, or because he said hello, or because he took me out on a couple of dates, or because we vibed off a couple of things. That's not enough anymore to women in society. It's not enough. That is not enough. And they want to say, oh, women are non-traditional. Women are not going to get on their hands and feet and cook and clean in kitchens for a man before they even have a ring. And sometimes when they get the ring, they still don't treat them like nothing. We're not going to subjugate ourselves anymore to that. That we're not doing that to the wrong man. Like a real man know that when a woman really fuck with you and she got a safe space in you, oh, she will love you to the ends of the earth. It's not about women not being traditional or not being soft enough, because we know that like with the right man, we will be soft. We will like be that. If we can trust you, if you're worth that. I'm not going to submit just because you have a dick, because you got a beard, you got some chest hair. Like, what the fuck? Like, no. Or because you got money, because you got a nice car, or whatever the fuck, or you got hoes. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. I do not give a damn about that. What kind of person are you on the inside? You know what I mean? Like, your character, your heart, your mindset. Like, fuck all that other stuff. That stuff is okay. Like, okay, cute. Okay. So, changing gears, because I just like totally went somewhere with that. Like, we just, I don't know. We on another. Yamina, are you still on, sis? Are you still on? Because I want to open up a discussion. Because I want to talk about. I want to tell y'all. Okay, let me tell y'all the story. Let me tell you guys a story about why I understand why it gets hard sometimes to be like. I know like how hard it is sometimes to like be authentic, be real, or not to sell out or like cheapen yourself or compromise yourself. Um, okay, I got you on the link, sis. Um, I sent you the link. You can come on whenever you're ready. But I had like this situation where I think I told this story before, but this was like years ago, probably like back in 2017 or 18. Me and my friend, we went to the spiritual shop, and there was a reader like in the store, and we were walking around, and we seen like some of the decks she had on her table, and we were like, oh, I like this deck, and we were like, oh, like we had a deck that she had, and she was no, my friend, she was like, my friend, my homegirl Chenoa, she's a reader too. And she's like, oh, really? Let's read. So the girl was on break or whatever. The woman was on break, and I sat down and I was exchanging readings with her. And she was like, you should work here. And I was like, yeah, that'd probably be cool. So she told me that they were hiring and to take down this information and call the manager to schedule an interview. So I got the interview, child. Okay. Now, this is like a pretty popular shop. And the woman is an older woman, an older Caucasian woman, and she asked me to read her. And I'm like already nervous. And I'm like, okay, let me do this. So I'm shuffling, I'm reading her. Why this heifer gonna say, why this heifer gonna tell me, could you like tell me, like, okay, let's say for instance, I'm asking you about a guy. Could you tell me like what he looks like, what kind of automobile he drives? Like for instance, oh, there's a young man around the age of 27. He has blonde hair and he rides a motorcycle and he's a fire sign, like something like that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, this heifer want me to like fake read. She want me to role play with her, not read for real, like to say, oh, this bitch really can read. She got to get hired. Because I got hired at a spiritual shop. I had to read the shop manager and the shop owner to get the motherfucking job. I had to read them for real, for real. So this, like, for me was like, I know you fucking lying. So you hire people based off of role playing, bitch. So you just like that type of shit. That right there. And then she had the nerve to say, I asked her because I was a little stunted. I was like thinking to myself, I guess I was in shock. So I asked her, I said, what do you mean? Like, you want me to like reread the cards in that way, or you want me to just make up a story? And she's like, yeah, like, tell me. And I'm just thinking, I can't. I kept reading the cards, like I couldn't help it. I was like, no, this is what I'm getting. And she's like, okay, well, I like the way that you read. I'll keep you in mind for other fairs and events when we have them. Um, Thank you so much for your time. I'm like, really? Like, I'm like, really? So it makes me think you got people to come in the shop that would play the game. So you can have customers come in there, clients come in there. She want me to read or act? No, she wanted me to act, basically. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, She wanted me to feed her like a scenario, and then the way, like, what she wanted me to say was that fluffy shit, like, oh, I see a man in your future, and he's a fire sign, and she wanted me to just, like, bullshit. And I've thought about that, and I'm like, so if someone comes into your store and books a reading with one of your readers, you're basically like kind of promoting them to like surface read and only tell them stuff that sounds good. Like that's what I took from that. That's what I took. And so it makes me wonder, like, the people that work in that shop, like what their intentions are. I did not like that at all. That was really, really weird. Um, Very uncomfortable for me. Like it kind of disappointed me, for real. I'm not gonna lie. Not so much disappointed me because I didn't get the job, but more so disappointed me that that's how people are. You know what I mean? That was really bad. You know? So not everybody's really asking for like spirituality or like really wants the real thing. Like some people just want performance for real. You know? But I'm not here to like be palatable. I'm not here to like I can't do that. I don't even think I could do that. Like I don't think I could do it. Honestly. Like if I like even if I tried, be like, okay, I see these cards here. I don't think I could do that to somebody. Like that's fucked up. And then like Carol said, there's punishment, there's repercussions for that. That's just crazy. You know what I mean? Like that's I can't even believe that lady said that. Like she wanted me to literally role play for to get the job. Like my reading wasn't enough because I was reading her. I was reading her. And instead of her being like, thank you, like this resonated. Cause I've done that before. Like I said, I've had to read to even work at a shop, another shop before. I had to read and give like actually read them. And based off of that, because that is more ethical. If we're gonna have a spiritual practice, we want some real motherfuckers that know what they're doing, that really have a gift, not people that just come in here. Because that tells me one or two things about that woman. Okay, from my analysis, what I've gathered from that experience, that interaction, is your shop is really not about the people. It's not about spirituality. It's not about the craft. It's probably just something for you to do. Like I have all this money. What kind of shop can I open, or what can I do with my money? Oh, let me open up a metaphysical shop, and let me have like books and herbs and candles and readers and classes in here because that's what the people want, but that's not what's in your fucking heart. That's you're not about that life. That's what I get from that. Oh yeah, I'm shit. If you got phony readers up in your store and then shit, I already know. I know, okay. I already know. I'm not even to my own horn. I know. Cause that's what even the reason why the girl at the shop said you should work here. Cause I read her. If I'm getting a message, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm not gonna gatekeep or hold back what I'm getting. I'm gonna tell you, even if it's uncomfortable for me as a human to interpret that message for you. I'm gonna give it to you straight. I don't know how to do the the man on the motorcycle, blonde haired, 27-year-old fire sign man coming towards you. I don't know how to do that. It's like if I don't see that, I don't know how to tell you that. Like I'm not gonna do that. That's fucking stupid. So it takes longer to like progress sometimes um when you're not selling out. You know, there's been opportunities that have not come to me because people want what's palatable most of the time. Yes, I'm sorry, we're not doing reads. Thank you for popping up. Yeah, or free reads, personal reads right now. But yeah, like people want you to like play the game And like I was saying in the last live, like people want what other people co-sign because people don't have a mind of their own sometimes. They're not the leader of their own lives. They need somebody else to co-sign something in order for them to like it. And that's really sad. So that's why I appreciate the people that do fuck with me. Like, yeah, I got a large subscriber count that fluctuates. But I feel like my numbers don't reflect that. That to me doesn't add up. You know what I'm saying? So like something's off. And on top of that, like other content creators, not just readers, but like other content creators that have really good content in my opinion, or it's very raw. It may not be the most polished and commercial like, but it's all about the message. And it it does bother me when I don't see like people like that getting the proper acknowledgement that I believe they deserve. You know what I mean? Um, like yeah, like it just lets me know that a lot of people just like fake shit. You know what I'm saying? They like the bull. And sometimes it's not even the person's fault. Sometimes it really is the platforms that prop up certain things. Like YouTube suggests is like the same shit for real. Like if you any topic that you ask about, you can ask about fucking meal preps and they'll suggest like the top people like that they want to, even though there may be other people that have just as good content, if not better, or they don't have all that polished shit. They're real raw with it. They're not promoting something. um, they won't really show you those channels. Thankfully for me, like I'll come across channels that don't have that much engagement and things like that, where I feel like those are where the hidden gems are. Those are the people that I'll follow or subscribe to, or like their videos, or share it with somebody else. Give them some type of engagement. But all right, so we're gonna get into the whole mean girl, the mean girls of spirituality. We have to, okay? We got to. Can't gloss that over because that's very important. I did a poll. 45% of you said that you guys have been a victim of a mean girl witch, or spiritualist. 18% of you said you know of some. 9% of you said I know people who have experienced a mean girl witch, and 27% of you said that you have not experienced a mean girl witch. So I fall in the category of I know some, I've heard of some, and I wouldn't say I've been a victim, but almost a victim. So I'm gonna have you come on in a second, Yamina, whenever you're ready. But I had a experience where I was reading for this woman, and she didn't like the way that I shuffled, or not shuffled my cards, but how I handled them. And I felt like she was being like trying to be combative, be a bully a little bit. And so when I addressed it, she came, she attacked me. Who is Oh, that's you, sis. Hey, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, but no, I was saying like the woman that I was reading for, like she was like threatening to do some work on me and shit, whatever. And a friend of mine ironically knows of her because of the guy that she was dating at the time. I guess she tried to do some work on him. Like she went to some practitioner to put some roots on him or whatever. So um we hashed it out later on down the line or whatever, but that was my experience. And what I mean by mean girls, like typically mean girls spiritually in the spiritual community are those ones that use their gifts to hurt and harm other people, or when they're jealous, or when they want to like dominate or control somebody, or something petty happens, a petty argument, a disagreement. um so I used to be cool with a girl that would do stuff like that. Like she would be quick to be like, oh, I'm gonna do some work on somebody. Because even people that she fucked with at a time, like if she felt like they wronged her in a way, and it wasn't like a protection, it wasn't a justice spell, it was like, I want something bad to happen, or um I want to basically, like, okay, I'm trying to say it without being too like giving too much away. But basically, like, she was upset with somebody that didn't, you know, do right by her in some kind of way. They didn't uphold the deal with her. So she was doing work on this person, and this was like one of her closest allies that she was doing this to. So it makes me think, like, what the fuck would you do to me, bitch? Like, if, like, you know what I mean? Like, that just to me, and it was more so wounding, I feel like, for her, because some people, when they have a knowledge of something, and if they're already wounded, if they already have, like, let's say complexes, or they don't feel like they're powerful enough, or they, they're used to being victimized, they become the bully, they become the mean girl. And another form of like mean girl spirited energy in spirituality is like the ones that gatekeep. Like, it's kind of like this elite popular girl clique thing. Like, oh, if you don't have enough subscribers or followers, like, they don't acknowledge you. It's like that type of cliquish energy. It's very competitive energy. It's like they turn on each other, they backbite each other, they gossip about each other. Like, it's real messy. It's real messy. Um, but yeah, that's my experience. Like, I've
Yeah.
I've come across it. Sororities, can you hear me, Yamina?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, but
I
that's
feel like
that's my
I'm
take.
echoing.
Oh, you're echoing. I can hear you. Is she echoing to y'all on your end? Cause I don't hear it echoing. Let me. I'm gonna play it on my other. I'm gonna play it on my iPad and see if I can hear. If not, I can just mute mine. If you want to talk, I can just mute my microphone.
Okay, I did want to say something. I was just waiting till you was done.
Yeah, you can go ahead. I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay. I say I completely agree with you. You know, social media is everything. Everybody's on it all the time. I'm on it all the time, and I go from lately. I've been seeing this of witches, if you want to call them that. But to me, I just think that people just pick and choose when they want to work some magic or do spell work. But I've been seeing a lot of people do putting people in the freezer, and like they'll make a joke about it and be like, oh, you cut me off in traffic, oh, okay, or my boss are tripping, and it's like, it just, it bothers me so much because one, you never know who's doing work on you behind your back. And I don't want to say you never know, because I trust that I'm divinely guided, and I trust that my enemies will be revealed to me. But in a general sense, it is people that you deal with on a day-to-day basis that do that kind of thing. And it's just, I don't even consider them like true spiritual people or people that's really tapped in, because a lot of it is just they get, and then they go and do it. And I don't know if they not, in my opinion, completely tapped in, but that's where I resonate the most, is when I see these people doing that kind of spell work.
Yeah, tips, like I was about to say TikTok. TikTok is the worst for that. I feel like it makes a witchcraft too trendy and too easily accessible for people that might be like desperate. So like the mean girl spells, like you said, like freezer spells, and just like all willy nilly about it. Oh, this coworker at work, I think she, did something to my lunch, so, or she didn't give me no Starbucks, so let me like put her in the freezer. Let me put her in a jar, like stuff like that. And then, I can't fault the practitioners that share that stuff sometimes, but it's what they share, I should say. It's what some of these practitioners share that I feel like is dangerous, especially these love spells. How do you feel about the love spell trend thing? Like, as far as people, like specific work on people, trying to get them to like them or to come back. Like, how do you feel about that type of work?
Me personally, I'm totally against it. I mean, to each his own. I know I've been watching you for years, and you always advise us to not do those kind of things. And from like my spiritual elders, you just don't tamper with people's free will, and it's to me, it's always likely that it's going to backfire, or it's going to do something that's completely unexpected, and it's just not safe. So I'm not for it at all.
Yeah. And that comes from like experience. So I shared before, like I had an ex, and we when we broke up, at first I was like kind of accepting of it because I knew like, we needed to separate. We needed our space at that time. So we both agreed to break up. But then like I felt like kind of empty and a little desperate. And when we talked, he was saying that he wanted to like move out of the state. Like he just wanted to get away or whatever. And I remember feeling like, no, I don't want him to leave. Like I was still holding on to the fact that maybe like we'll get back together, right? So I tried to do like some manifestation, like what's the SP shit, like manifest them back. And not to say that it didn't necessarily work, but when we did like try to reconnect and stuff like that, it just wasn't right. And I got my closure for him because he told me like the reason why he broke up with me the first time, like why he felt like we needed to separate, was more so because he wasn't mature enough at the time, and he had a lot of different things that he needed to work through, and he felt like I also needed to work through, and he felt it was like for the best for us not to be together. So I respected that, but I learned my lesson in that it wasn't like it backfired in a negative sense, but I didn't feel right doing it. You know what I mean? Like trying to manifest a person just didn't seem right because I felt like it was resistance. Like I felt the resistance from his energy. I felt resistance from like how things were lining up. Like it wasn't supposed to work, you know? So I wouldn't do that again because it made me feel bad. It made me feel like kind of desperate in a sense. And then it made me feel bad for doing that. Like, if somebody doesn't want to be with you, you have to respect that. You know what I mean? Like you have to honor where they're coming from, not try to
Right.
insert yourself into their free will or whatever. So that's my takeaway from it. Um, and trying to like manifest like encounters, like, okay, if we're meant to be, I'll see this and this and that. Like I feel like that could be harmless sometimes as well, but like try to like steer somebody else's free will, I guess you can say, is not, to me, it's dangerous because I've seen and heard different stories about people that have done that in extremities and what it leads to. Like it leads to violence, it leads to people unaliving each other, stuff like that. Like
Right.
it can result to that. It can backfire, because you're trying to yoke yourself to the wrong person. And some people using like their menstrual stuff, they using their, they
Hmm.
swimmies, they using they spit, they using hair, stuff like you're messing with somebody's physical, you know what I'm saying? Like physical, I don't know what you would call it, like their body, their essence. Does that make sense?
Right. Oh yeah. I feel like the people that, and I don't, is is where you feel the move that you need to make. I think that I mean, just like you said, it kind of results back to you having to do more inner work. It just shines light on what is not working with you. So to me, it's like, are you really like where you supposed to be if that's what you choosing to do? I mean, I have lit love candles, but with no like specific person. It's always been like calling in love, but not like an ex or somebody I like just in general, like calling in love. And I don't know if you would consider that the same thing.
No. And that's like one of the love, if anyone's gonna do love spells, that's like what I feel like is most natural, is that you'll more so try to call in something that's aligned with you or someone that's aligned with
Right.
you. That's not manipulation, you know. Also like magnetizing your own energy, like, you know, working on yourself, like you said, like anytime we feel the need to try to like go out of our way to control somebody else, that's like a reflection on self, like why. And then when it comes to spells, why would you feel like you would have to resort to trying to manifest a specific person to want to be with you or like you? If it was meant to be, it would be, right? Or they would naturally already be drawn to you. You don't got to do nothing to manipulate that. Whether you're doing a candle, whether you're chanting something, whether you're trying to visualize them liking you, like if you got to do all of that, then most likely that person doesn't like you already, or they're just not for you. You know what I mean? Or you're just not allowing something maybe to unfold naturally. So I feel like
Yeah.
with Mean Girl witches specifically, they don't see the problem in certain things. Like mind you, I feel like wounded people will do it out of desperation. Um, but there's those people that know that it's wrong, they know what they're doing and they do it anyway. You got these domination spells like, oh, I want my man or my woman to stay, you know, put. I know that honey jars too can be used to sweeten your relationships and things like that. So I mean, if it's already an existing relationship, I mean, I guess it's not, unless it's like against your person. Like if your person doesn't know that you're doing like a jar, like a honey jar to like sweeten your relationship or to work on something, then to me a little bit that still goes kind of goes in the line of manipulation, if that makes sense. Not them heifers got to go around tainting other wounds with tainting other women with that stench. Mm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's out here. Like it's this spiritual stuff. Like it's really crazy. Like how quick people are to be like, "Oh, I don't like you," or "I don't like this person, so let me do some work on them." Like it's just real immature. You know, like it's almost like a person that gets a management position, you know, and they've never had anything, and they just start treating everybody like shit. Like that's kind of what it gives. That's the type of energy that it gives.
Mhm.
You know. Um, mm, yeah.
Yeah, I when I saw that you were gonna speak on this topic, um, there was a there. So the first thing that came to my mind was what I had already shared with like the trending of the TikTok stuff, and then is it okay that the
Wait,
TikTok?
what happened?
I'm just asking, like, is it okay that I keep referencing that social media platform?
Oh, no, man.
Okay. I just like mess up an algorithm or anything on YouTube. Um, but I was saying when I saw that you were going to mention this topic today, there was something else that kind of like sparked in me that was very interested because a lot of times I personally have to check myself because like I said, like my algorithm when I'm scrolling, it's I'd say a good maybe like 65% of like all spiritual content. So as I'm going across stuff, I'll see things that honestly and truly like I don't really resonate or it's just not anything that I've practiced or I've been taught from my elders to, that it doesn't work or that's not how you do it. Which I promise you I've never like commented or anything like that on it. But I'm like, okay, let me tap into Chenoa today to see like, what you have to say about just kind of making sure I'm not being judgmental. Even though I guess I'm kind of contradicting myself because I am in a sense saying that I don't necessarily agree with those things. So I kind of just I'm working on like shaking that spirit off of me of just being like, why are they doing that?
Yeah. No, I understand. Like, because there's a difference between like being judgmental towards people, like judging what you don't understand, versus judging the energy of a situation. You know what I mean? Like if something is inherent, like something is wrong. Like so you may not be judging so much the person, it might be like what they're doing is what you're in judgment of. But if it's just like something you don't get, like, oh, that's weird, like, they doing their own thing, they ain't bothering nobody, you know what I mean? Um, yeah, exactly what Hope just said. Or sis, that's actually, hey sis. she said, you're not being judgmental, you're being discerning. And I talk about that with her all the time too. Like I'll come to her about things. I'm like, I want to check myself, make sure that I'm not being like critical or I'm not misreading things. Like I try to discern between shit. So, yeah. So if you're coming across stuff like that on TikTok and you feel in your spirit naturally, if somebody's doing something against somebody's free will, obviously that would be an offense to somebody spiritually. That would be something off, right? So it's not judgmental. It's more like what Sis said, it's you discerning.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I needed that.
Yeah. And no, it's always a good place to start to like check in with yourself. That's a good thing, like that you can do, like just sit there and say, am I being judgmental? Like where is this coming from? Like that's a very wise and mature thing to do. So yeah, I feel like that's good that you check in with yourself in that manner, because we can be quick to judge shit, yeah, or be judged, but um that's where discernment comes in. I know what she says. Because I was like, wait, stop. I know that's her. How are you, sis? I'm gonna call you after because I tried to call you like a couple hours ago. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on. I don't know if anybody else wants to come on and share. Did you have anything else that you want to discuss or talk about?
No, I'm glad you gave me that insight. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you for coming on. I appreciate you when you do stop by. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll catch up with you in another one. I don't know if you're going to stick around on the live, but if anybody else wants to come on, let me know. I'll send you the link. All right. So I don't know how to do this, girl. Hold on. Okay. All right. Yeah. I like having discussions, y'all. Like, you don't have to be shy. I mean, whatever's on topic, because we were talking about the whole uh mean girl witches. And mean girl witches don't have to just be girls. Sometimes it could be guys too. Okay. There are those out there. Okay. You be them ones out there too. Okay. Um, but I feel like the mean girl witch thing too also extends to like the whole, like I was saying, the elitism or popularity. Because like if you think of like high school cliquish stuff with the popular groups, how they exclude everybody and everything has to be like polished, and you got to have the latest trends of something, or we all have to dress in unison or something like that. Like on Wednesdays we wear pink, looking at us, right? So sometimes in these spiritual spaces you'll see that type of mean girl, like I will only fuck with you if you got the numbers, I'll only fuck with you if your stuff looks very curated in a certain way, or it has a certain aesthetic, rather than it being really about the spiritual side of it. you know like that's what I feel like, another layer to it that I don't really like. And I get sometimes when people have big platforms, they do need to gatekeep who they connect and interact with, because some people might just try to ride their coattail. I get that. But some people also just don't want other people to come up. Another thing about the mean girls in the spiritual community is that they take from other people that don't have as big of a visibility or platform as them. That's another thing that I don't like either. And I feel this comes out of the realm of you being spiritual and just being like almost like kind of fake. You know what I mean? Like you use spirituality for a trend. And sometimes people really go into it with the right intentions of like wanting to or being called into their gift or their purpose of wanting to help people, or using their their skills, maybe in tarot, their skills in astrology, or their craftings, or whatever the case may be. using their voice to help. But then once they get to that rise of visibility, then it becomes a popularity thing. Then it becomes all about the image, and that's where it loses its authenticity, where that person loses their authenticity within themselves. The light starts to become more and more dim, and they start to become a slave to that image, that popularity, that praise, that clap. And I've seen that, you know. It's all more about now, like, shoot, I love me some good memes, okay? But some stuff is just like, you can tell it's not really like coming from a place of like true spirituality and authenticity. It's almost like, um, it's like kind of painted in, this is just my opinion. It comes painted in this like almost baddie, like uh sexy red-esque type spirituality. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's all about like, I'm trying to be trendy. I'm trying to like create these catchphrases, like rather than it being about speaking to the soul and speaking to the core. You could tell the difference. Like, it's cute, you know, it's witty, it's funky, it's spicy, it's, you know, it's all that. But it's like the spiritual aspect, and spirituality does not have to be all serious all the time and hotep, you know, it don't gotta be that all the time. You know what I mean? Like, even that is too much. And it's 4:44 p.m. here. It's too saturated. It can be too saturated, but you can tell when people just chasing a trend and it's not really about nothing. You know, it's not really about nothing. And spirituality is messy. It's like, if we talking about like, you know, the witchy spaces with the spiritual work and all of that, like, that stuff don't look all pretty and perfect sometimes. Like, I love a pretty setup. Y'all see my shit? It's not perfect, but y'all see my shit. Y'all see that? Y'all say no. It's like a little. It's not all of that, but I like my stuff to be cute, you know. But the truth is that spirituality is raw in itself and its truth. It's not always gonna be the crystals, the love and light, the chakras. You know, it's not gonna always be that. The twin flames, and it's not gonna be that. That's not what it's about. It's really raw and it's really ugly sometimes. It can get dark. It can be a silver lining. It can be all things at once, or in momentum, in layers, and in sections, and in chapters. Like, it's gonna have different parts to it. There's not one way to tap into your spirituality, and it really starts with you. Really starts with you. And I feel like people get so caught up in the image of shit. People just get caught up in aesthetics way too much. Like, there's nothing wrong with looking nice and looking clean, but the inner parts, the real core thing behind it, like the energy behind it, what is that looking like? Yes, I appreciate y'all coming on too. Like, when y'all want to, when you want to speak, like, you know, I appreciate that. Yeah, they be speaking from flesh rather than, you know, the truth of like what they really want, because it's almost, and this is the pressure that comes with like content creation sometimes, and I'll be very transparent, and I'm sure other people can attest to this, the pressure to keep riding the wave that may have worked for you in one season. Like, if I keep doing the twin flame readings, or if I keep talking about who's spying on you, who's gossiping on you, or what's the tea on you, or if I keep doing this, or there might be, let's say, pick a card readers that's like, I'm tired of doing pick a cards. I want to do something else. Or I'm tired of doing monthly reads. I want to do something else. But because you know that's what gets you the views, that's what gets you the subscribers, maybe that's what draws in clients and stuff like that. And then it's that pressure to keep that going, even though your soul is like, that's not what we want to do anymore. Because I don't know if y'all noticed, but my content is shifting. Like, you know, I'ma still be your love reader, y'all, because y'all know, like, that's where the voice comes from. That's where I feel the experience comes from, like, you know, personal experience, where people are at, where they're learning, you know, how to decenter the people or things that are not for them, you know, how to align with healthy love. So I'm not gonna stop doing that. But more so just like, I have more of a seriousness. When I say seriousness, not like it's just gonna be stiff and boring over here, but more I care more about what I put out, like what it really means for me. It's more intentional. I feel like it may be even a little bit more raw. So, you know, some things have shifted for me, and in me, in the way that I like read, the depth that I feel, the truth that I feel like I'm asked to hold, it's all expanding in a way. It's always been, like I said, I've always been here for the love, that's what brought me on here. The clarity, for connection, but spirit is calling me to hold a space for things a little bit more deeper, um, for healing after betrayal or after hurt or grief. Um, the people that are tired of being in a loop, tired of shrinking themselves, tired of chasing what doesn't choose them back. And, I'm not for everybody who may have followed me in the past. Like, I'm not here for everybody, and that's okay. There's no shame. There's no, shade. It is what it is. I feel like my energy is just a little bit more different. I still have space for everyone at my table that is meant. Um, I hold space for people in different places in their journey. We're all growing. We're all decentering certain things. We're all decluttering, clearing out, shifting, trying to make sense of things. Um, Embracing our changes in the best way that we know how. Like everybody's growing through something different. So, my readings are open for more depth. Okay. Y'all see my bone readings. I don't offer that as a service, but because it's sacred. So if anyone does feel led to that, you can reach out to me. I don't offer it on my website or anything like that. Destiny swap readings, I don't offer that on my website either. But if these are things that you want guidance on, I got you. I do have my spiritual doula readings. There's 13 different readings that you can choose from, and that's for different places on people's journey as far as like where they're at with their, you know, where they're pushing through, where they're growing or trying to make sense of things. Like there's different layers to that. So if you're interested in those offerings, that is on my website, my spiritual doula readings. Um, so yeah, so if you're at this place, like where you're at a breaking point, or you could be at a turning point, child, you could be at a crossroads, something, okay? I have offerings that will meet you where you're at. So, I know I'm not for everybody, like I said, but I'm here for those that's ready for that type of, that type of healing, that type of work. Okay. So yeah. But child, I done lost track. I know I'm supposed to do a collective read, and then I just went into something else. That always happens. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Hold on. Oh, do I still want to? Hold on, because I'm like all over the place. Did I finish my your mama was a mean girl to you? Girl, I don't want to get into that too much, but I've had some family member mean girls for sure that were mean. And I think there's like a feminine wound in my family that, hopefully myself and other my family members that are aware of things like that, we're working through those things. But definitely you can experience um family members being your first mean girl. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, but you know. Thank you, sis. I'm just gonna pull a couple of cards. I'm gonna pull 5 cards about visibility and embracing. Let's tap into that. She said you ain't gotta touch them cards. Yeah. I will, just to be honorable in what I said, child. Cause I stopped. I got sidetracked with a topic, and then we jumped into the discussion, and I just completely forgot. So I'm gonna pull at least 5 for y'all. I appreciate that, sis. Like, no, but I'm gonna keep my word. Keep my word. I'm gonna do these reads. Okay. My deck is in reverse. Hold on, my bad. Page of Swords. Three of Pentacles. Yes, that's my good sis, Tori. Queen of Pentacles. Four wands. The Star. Okay, we already knew the star was at the bottom. Come on out, Star. Come on out. Let me put Star over here because I got this weird angle. It only allows me to go live with the person under. Oops. I didn't mean to leave these over here, but I guess. Okay. Keep curating from your heart. Okay. Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Keep curating from your heart. So the Page of Swords. Excuse me. My margaritas got a little bubbly. Have you ever tried these? Wait, I don't want to get copy. Can I get copyright off of sharing a drink? If y'all know Topo Chico, they have a margarita like variety pack with different flavors, and that's what I'm sipping on. That's what I've been sipping on. But Page of Swords represents what part of you still fears being seen as a beginner, as someone that's still growing. Okay. So the part of you that still fears being seen is like maybe judgment, criticism, toxic comments, negative comments, trolls, haters, jealousy, but more so maybe something when it comes to communication, like negative communication. Actually, that's a Five of Swords. Why did I say the Page of Swords? That's Five of Swords. So that makes sense. Yeah, aggressive energy, negative words, people saying things to maybe attack you or to combat with you, fight with you. That's what you fear the most about being seen, is discord. Okay. You feel like maybe people might not appreciate some sort, like seeing you change, seeing you evolve, seeing you grow. They might say, oh, you think you're better, or who do you think you are, or you can't do that, or you're worried about this. Like it's almost like you fear like having the permission to grow and evolve or outgrow certain connections or spaces, or if you want to, I don't know, some of you guys might want to do something with fitness or sports, fighting, and you feel like people are going to start, if you want to get on a weight loss journey, or you want to tone up, or you have a goal for something that you want to do, physically or sport wise, that people are going to be like, oh, who do you think you are? You used to do this, you used to do that. That could be the fear. How can you stand in your truth without shrinking or performing? Okay. You have the Three of Pentacles. So continue or to find a community of people that are like-minded, people that are on the same path, or maybe people that are on the same path as well as people who have kind of surpassed where you are, in a sense where they inspire you to grow, inspire you to change, where you can see the blueprint, people that have done it, or people that keep you centered, keep people that support you. Um, that is how you can stand in your truth without shrinking or performing, because you'll have those soundboards of people that um, let you know that it's okay to be unapologetically yourself, or it's okay to continue on your path, that it's okay to evolve, it's okay to change, it's okay to grow, it's okay to level up. Whereas the King of Pentacles is asking, where are you being asked to trust your natural gift, even if others don't validate it? You know the value of it. You know the worth, how invaluable. It's like you can't even measure the value of what you have to offer. If it's something that comes from a place that you've nurtured it, if it comes from a place that it gives you stability, not like material wise, or like financially per se, but gives you stability in a sense where it feels good to the soul. You know, it's something that you want to protect. It's something that you treasure. In other words, you treasure it so much. That is where you're being asked to trust your natural gift, even if others don't validate it. The richness of it, the it's almost like how the depth of it could even be ancestral things, it could be something cultural, it could be something that you deeply identify with, it has deep roots. Okay, it's not for everyone's consumption, it's timeless, it's rich, you know. um It's you. So you're best being called to honor what you have without shrinking it from a place of like what you value. It doesn't have to be something everyone values, but you value it. It's yours. And what rejection is actually protection for you? Not everybody is a part of your community. Not everybody is for you with the 4 wands. You have a tribe of your own, so anybody that has rejected you, quote unquote, or seemingly rejected you or pushed you to the side, casted you out, didn't allow you into their spaces, or left or doesn't resonate, that is protection, because that's not your soul tribe. They're not your soul tribe. That's not your soul tribe, okay? So the last thing is, what part of your authenticity is ready to lead you, and that's the star. The part of your authenticity is like something you were already born with. Could be in your natal chart, could be your North Star, literally. That part of you, of your authenticity, is ready to lead. This is something that you were born to do. This is what you were called to do. It was already there. Other people may have saw it. Some of you guys may be called old souls, or were called old souls when you were younger. It's a natural gift that you have. It's something that just pours out of you. It's not something that you can fake or pretend. Like, it's just natural to you. Just because it's not something that other people have picked up yet, or resonate with yet, or see yet. Because sometimes it's not really that nobody cares. It's like not enough people have been exposed to your energy yet, in a good way, exposed to your energy. So going back to the last 2 cards I wanted to come out, the Queen of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles, this is keep curating from the heart. Keep creating. Continue to do it, because you might be very close to a breakthrough. Like with the 8 of Pentacles, like you're very, very close. You're almost to the 10 of Pentacles. Okay? All right, so that is your message, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this live. I gotta cook dinner too, child. It's already 5 o'clock. Damn, I've been on here for a good minute. Don't feel like it, but I have been. So I need to start getting dinner ready. I need to get my ass off on here. But yeah, I thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you for your likes, your love. Share this with someone you feel like it may resonate with if you haven't already. Show some love to the channel. I am available for reading, so if you would like to book a reading with me, if you have any questions about my readings and services, or you're not sure what reading resonates with you or fits your situation, don't be shy, reach out. I'll be more than happy to assist you. And as always, y'all, I'm sending much love. Shout out to our ancestors for coming through with the guidance and the wisdom, the Holy Spirit, Divine Source God. Thank you. And thank you, Yamina, for participating in the live. Everyone else that came on, commented, I thank you. Tawanda as well for moderating. Tori, I don't know why I didn't add you as a moderator on this channel. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to close this out. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of your night, your day, your evening, wherever you guys are in the world. You're very welcome, KA. All right. Ashe. Much love. Be blessed, y'all. Peace. Bye.